questions from Taif. While classes are online, students will be missing campus community. Would not be able to do much extracurricular activities with friends. Is the U of R planning to have something for students available in terms of boosting mental health outside of counseling?
That's a great question. And I don't know who would like to tackle that one on the executive team. I can tell you, when I go home at night, I do see students out walking, exercising, physically distanced, of course, enjoying the beautiful summer. I also have, I recognize some of the students having a beverage or a juice at the little bar there, the restaurant, Trifons and so on Kramer. So I know students are getting together off campus to socialize and to engage in social activities. In terms of the campus, I don't think we have any formal on-campus activities. Everything is remote for the fall at this point. And I don't know if anyone else from the executive team would like to add to that or not.
Yeah, I suspect that's the biggest challenge of this entire COVID thing is the bit of the social life. I know family, friends, nephews and nieces of my own, since I'm that age where I've got lots of first year students who are nephews and nieces. They're all missing that first year experience, and I wish we could provide something, but all of the things would tend to be remote. I'm sure that the Students' Union is working hard to try and get some excitement through a remote orientation, and similarly, some of the university stuff in terms of what do we do for orientation. Normally that first week of classes is almost the best week of your life in some regards. Unfortunately, it's just plain different this year. So part of that stuff just needs to be put on hold in the interests of personal and community and family safety. And don't worry, you'll get back to that soon enough.
So we have, I think before the last 124 that I have on my timer on the Zoom, but the last question that I think we should take here is, Om, thank you for your statement or question. They say, there's a talk like students from abroad can start their studies for the fall semester even if they don't have their study permits. And in case if they have started studying for the fall and by chance if they don't get their visa, the university will waive their full fees. Is this true?
I'm going to call on Haroon to answer that question. Thank you.
Okay, I'm on mute now. There are three different documents I would like to mention here. The students who are currently abroad, if they have been approved for the study permit, or they have a valid study permit, or they have already received approval in principle. So each institution have their own policy. At University of Regina, we recently changed our policy for the international students who are currently abroad. So according to the new immigration policy, any student who will submit their application by September 15, their application will be considered for the approval in principle category for the stage 1. So at UofR, we are giving 2 weeks extra until September 30th. If the students will be able to provide us the proof of that their study permit has been approved, or they have approval in principle, they will be able to continue the fall term. All other students, we are recommending them not to register if they don't have any of these three documents. Yes, for the online universities, for any other institution that they are providing exclusively online courses, some of them, they are allowing the international students to continue their study even though they don't have one of these three documents. But we are recommending to our students, they need to provide one of these three documents to your international before September 30th. Otherwise, they will not be able to continue their study. The only category in this situation will be the student who will be approved for approval in principle. The approval in principle document, if they get the visa rejection for any reason by the end of the term or sometime in the beginning of 2021 term, their fees will not be refunded. The reason is the approval in principle category will basically is mainly approval. The only reason for the rejection will be the inadmissibility, and that is also mentioned on the immigration website. So students who have any reason of the rejection that is due to the medical or some other inadmissibility, that is security check or security background. So if they complete their term at UofR with approval in principle, their fees will not be refunded according to University of Regina's policy. However, we are giving 2 weeks extra after September 16 to students to withdraw from the term or to inform University of Regina International so we can help them in their withdrawal if they don't want to continue their study. After September 30th, the fees will not be refunded for any reason.
Thank you. Now we will move into closing remarks from Garjinder and Dr. Gregory. So I'll let, well, because Garjinder started, I'll let Dr. Gregory begin his closing remarks.
Well, I just want to say thank you very much on behalf of Dr. Chase. Through his leadership, this town hall has taken place. And I personally have found it absolutely informative and excellent. Very much appreciated your questions. Keegan, thank you so much for your leadership in terms of moderating the town hall. And I do also want to thank Gurjinder and Gurkarak and their executive team for the work that they have put into making this town hall happen. And to the students, thank you for attending today. And I hope we've answered your questions to your satisfaction. If there is a need for follow-up, I'm sure Gurjinder and his team and or Keegan will get the direct questions to us to answer them for you. So again, on behalf of the executive team, thank you so much for the opportunity to meet with you today, to engage in conversation, and to come up hopefully with some answers that'll be helpful to you as the fall approaches.
Thank you, Dr. Gregory. On behalf of the Students' Union, I thank you and all the executive committee of the University of Regina for joining us and updating all the students and staff members with the fall semester and beyond. It is these kind of town halls that will allow us for having a better connection and better engagement within us and with the students themselves. We'll be looking over for the further opportunities to get our executive team on board with us and ask and engage and discuss several concerns of all the students of the university. I guess this is the best practice we will be having throughout this year, keeping in mind the situation going on around the world. Again, I thanks all the students and all the staff members and our executive team for joining us today. I really hope that the decisions made by the university are in the best interest of all the students. I'm looking forward to work for you, work with you, and study hard in this university. Thank you.
Thank you, folks, very much.